Why would someone's hip make a snapping sound? It's called snapping hip syndrome. It typically happens when some of the tendons that attach in the hip joint become irritated, inflamed, and what happens is when they roll over the femoral head in the hip, you hear the snapping sound. Sometimes it could be painless, sometimes it could be painful, sometimes it can occur on one side or both sides, and it has a lot to do with overuse. We see this in young athletes, gymnasts, ballet, also people that do a lot of rotation of the hip, a lot of flexion extension of the hip, either with a CrossFit type of activity or other type of fitness routine. Also, we see in obese people as well. What I find that in this type of patient, we address the whole area. We check the lumbar spine for restrictions, the attachments of the tendons at the hip, tractioning the hip, adjusting the hip, mobilizing the hip. It's always a multimodal approach, which involves stretching, exercise, chiropractic adjustments, making sure things are aligned properly and there's no restrictions. Of course, other things play into it as well, but that's the first place I would start with conservative treatment if you're experiencing a snapping hip syndrome.